Hello again. This is chapter 2, where we recognize that we've been studying abroad in London for the past 2 months. I was hoping to do more consistent and frequent check-ins, but honestly, I just fell in love with the place so quickly and wanted to do all I can to just live. In America, I'm so used to the work hard mentality, or I'm not really doing anything. But once I got here and saw everything new, it was just so much to observe and take in and process, and I wanted to take my time to do so. I'm still focused on growing musically, but I'm also aware of the fact that I cannot and will not grow musically if I'm not evolving as an individual. So I took the first 2 months to kind of just get acclimated, get comfortable, see if this place could possibly feel like home. It's funny, I'm speaking in the present tense as if I'm in London currently, but I'm not. I am in Paris, France right now, in a place, a courtyard that I have no idea how to pronounce. The French and the French dialect is obviously not for me. I'll just stick to English and the little bit of Spanish I know. London has been nothing short of the time of my life. My class schedule is a little rigorous. They're about like 3 hours long each. Sometimes we get out early, but most of the times they take up the entire 3 hours. There's a course on British life and cultures, creative writing, contemporary art and theater, and I just wrapped up my music business class, which honestly was just Harvard all over again put into a course, but it was cool to still be in that environment, learning from a professor that, knew what he was talking about. My creative writing class has been very helpful and feeding a lot of thoughts to the imaginary sense that I like to use to kind of just create and paint pictures. And it's showing me technical ways in which I can, evoke emotion and creative thoughts out of whoever's reading or ingesting whatever I create. Contemporary art and theater has been a class in which we take a field trip, and then next week we just discuss what we, saw. It's a mixture of productions, plays, obviously. We haven't seen much musicals, thank God, and a lot of museums. Growing up, I honestly never really cared for museums. Something about revisiting the past just seemed boring to me, but now that I'm here and kind of entering with a new mind that's prepared to just think and learn, I have done each immensely. The museum culture in the UK is just heavily respected, and it serves as a means of education for the public, and they very much so take it seriously. And I respect it, because without that sense, I wouldn't have learned how to acknowledge the importance of history. So that class has been really cool, in being able to just see new things and learn about history that I honestly never had learned before. And if I did learn about it in high school or middle school or whatever before, I wasn't paying attention. British life and cultures. This is a class that is kind of slow. The professor isn't too interactive, but she definitely means well. It's just sitting through 3 hours of, lectures can be tedious and quite simply just boring. I live in a flat with 11 other people, so it's 12 of us total. And if you know me, I need my goddamn alone time. But getting comfortable with a new group of people at this rate has honestly been amazing. It's just every day you're learning something new about the people, and whether you like it or you don't like it, you still appreciate them for who they are. That's really what I care about, is peeling the layers back and figuring out who people are deep within. And honestly, it's happening at a rate that I'm very comfortable with. We have a connection upon that not many other people have within the entirety of the whole flat. So it's really cool to have a new circle really like a new family, honestly. I've been obviously growing, evolving a lot. Being able to say that I've recorded and written songs in London, honestly, it still just doesn't sound right. Here in Paris, I'm staying with a friend, and I just can't wait to leave and say I've recorded songs in Paris, France. The 17-year-old version of myself would never believe where I am right now. It is crazy. It is. I just wanted to check in and get this audio journal in. I thought I was going to be able to write things down every day based on my experiences, but that honestly just takes too long. And Louis says it's easier to just pick up your phone, hit record, and talk about what's on my mind. I thought I was going to naively find the love of my life here abroad, but I think the love that I found is a newfound love for traveling. I'm literally sitting in this courtyard by myself recording this audio journal in Paris, but I have a feeling that this is something I love and will grow to love further. Just being with myself, present, observing, taking it all in. This is better than being home in America, in DC and Wisconsin, and I love the places I do, but something about these places in UK and Europe just brings me a level of comfort that I haven't really felt before. I hope whoever is watching this and whoever is not watching this is happy with where they are. Just take a second and look at where you are in life. Look around you. Appreciate how far you've come. I know with all the aspirations you set and, the reference points that other people give you and how far they're progressing or how, slowly they're progressing, don't compare. Just live your life and focus on your growth. That's all you can do. On the means of releasing music, I believe it's coming soon. Before I left for London, it's funny, me and Louis had this whole plan for each month I was going to be here. But like I said, man, I was just taken aback by everything that was in front of me. So I didn't really she's going to be mad at me, but I just didn't want to do any of it. Honestly, we've just been going to pubs, going to bars, going to clubs, like I said, museums and classes. Just I barely have the time to really care about the work aspect of it. And I'm using this time to really fuel that creative spirit. Because I know once it's on F, it's going to be go mode and I'll be able to do everything just really, 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 really good. Really greatly. I'll be able to do everything greatly. Is that how you say? Whatever. Yeah. It's important for me as a creative to balance work and life and not just within a day, over time. I look at it as within the year. Because honestly, doing it within the day, the creation part would just become minimal. And that's not what I want. So in order to balance it, I'll have to live enough in order to create in a spurt that's going to be healthy, productive, and just me. Yeah, man. Thank you if you've come to listen. And to anyone that, has my contact information, please reach out. I love to just talk to people. And if you don't have my contact information, you obviously have my socials. So just, come talk to me. I'm talking to people as well, but honestly, I have a hard time just reaching out and calling people. I have this weird fear that no one wants to be bothered by me sometimes, so I just stay to myself, but whatever. First day in Paris. I think I might walk to the Eiffel Tower or something. This place is crazy. And I just cannot believe I'm here. Yeah. I'm thinking if there's anything else I want to touch on. First 2 months in London. Just the whole idea of love. I realize that I kind of limit myself to believing that the love will be found within a person. But honestly, it's crazy how it's evolving to loving spaces and like settings. The fact that I could care more about just being in London, being in Paris, traveling to Ireland, hopefully more places. Not even hopefully, because I know I'll travel to more places, and I know I'll love those. One of the biggest problems beforehand was being so lost and not knowing where my home was. But now I'm in a more mature space in which I realize I have homes all over, and I must acknowledge and appreciate each, and I'm grateful for that. I don't know where this life is going to take me, but I'm ready for wherever, because I know it's going to be beautiful. Even if it's ugly, I will still make it beautiful, because that's the power I have as a creative. Oh, Paris. I am hopefully going to be linking up with IDK on Saturday. Today is now Wednesday, so that's going to be cool to see him again. I haven't seen him since December, back in when he performed in the city, and we got to hang out at the club afterwards. So I'm really excited to see him and the team. Hopefully I get to see some of my no label classmates. My brother Malik should be on his way out here, hopefully. So yeah, man, I'm just blessed. People love to say, Brian, you're lucky. You know, your scholarship's paying for your abroad program. Like, you're just so lucky, so lucky. Nah. The universe blessed me to make sure I'm able to do as I please. And I am eternally grateful for that. This has nothing to do with luck. This is being blessed. It's just being blessed. That's all it is. Blessed and highly favored. I thank everyone who has played a part in my evolving. Even if we don't communicate anymore, if we do communicate still, if we've fallen off, whatever, I will never not appreciate you for what you've done for my evolving. I don't know if I have too much more to say, and I don't want to keep just rambling. But yeah, love yourself, slow the world down, look around you and see where you are, for you have made great progress. New music coming really soon. I can't wait to get back to releasing, but just allow me to live for a little bit. Love you guys. AP out. Quick note, wanted to come back. Felt like there were some things I left out. When I return to London, I will be interning with a music/creative agency that's responsible for curating content for certain demographics within the greater neighborhood. I pretty much interviewed and got the position. It was pretty simple. So I'm really excited about that and learning how to curate content and find, my demographic. Not that I want to limit it to a specific one, but currently I'm unaware of what my support system looks like. This doesn't mean that I don't know who supports me, of course not. But as a whole, I have a hard time putting a descriptive definition on the collective. So with that help, I'm really excited about that and how to, really understand and educate myself through the help of others, through an established organization. Also, I really want to just do more to get my music out in London. I really believe in the power of what I create in that space rather than in America. I don't know. Sometimes Americans kind of just they just like what they like. Over here, it's a lot more people that are just open to new things. So I'm just going to try it out, do some open mics, work on my TikTok content, and try to get my name out there and see what can happen. This doesn't mean like I don't fuck with Americans. Like, I love you guys. But, sometimes you do resort to like wanting people to conform to the way you want them to act. And it can be damaging to a creative that's looking to expand their versatility. So yeah, planning on doing some open mics in London, putting more content out. And then while I'm here in Paris, the goal is to get behind the scenes at a couple of fashion shows during Paris Fashion Week. I think I have one lined up for this upcoming Friday. I just need to get on my shit and get it done. And, that's on my bucket list. I've thought about Fashion Week ever since I was 16 and started following Virgil. So being able to, learn from actual people in the industry of fashion will be life-changing. So I really am manifesting that I put myself in that position and capitalize successfully. Just wanted to add that quick note in the end because I feel like I left a lot of that out. And it was more just a broad overview. So yeah, those are some goals that I plan on doing. Now, AP actually out.